season as they experimented with their new double wing T offense. Then in the playoffs, they won and they made it to the quarterfinals in the CIF. Jack Bowman now is back to the single wing T, and he is ready for the year 2000 as we get to televise Canyon Cowboys on SCV Sports TV. Perfect night for football. The flag is hanging limply. No wind, no clouds. A terrific night here as the Highland Bulldogs are in town here at Canyon High School to take on the Canyon Cowboys. Welcome again to SCV Sports TV, and I'm Dave Caldwell. Thanks again for joining us. We're going to have an interesting game. We've been seeing a lot of passing in a lot of our coverage so far. Now it's time for the run to take over, and run it will. The Canyon offense with that wing T, they love to run the ball. It's a typical type of smash mouth type of football that Jack Bowman absolutely loves. Harry Welch joins me again. Harry spent a lot of glory years on this field of patrolling the sidelines. Jack does love to run the ball a lot. He's got a very special young man, Colin McNeil, number 42, is going to go both ways, but this young man has got the brains and the talent to play at the next level.
David, thank you. I've always been so impressed with the wonderful young men that the moms and dads from Canyon Country have given to the Canyon Cowboy football program, and Colin McNeil is as good as any who have ever played here. He does have the brains. He's a classy young man. He's wonderful in the classroom, and he's magnificent on the football field. And this is an exciting night for me because this has been home for me for more than 30 years, and planted the grass here, put up the goalposts, and some of the most wonderful times of my life and my family's lives are right here. This is an exciting time for me, and I have to tell you that I have some of these young men. I have a half a dozen of them in my English classes, and the young men on this team this year are as good, the same outstanding quality men as we've ever had at Canyon High School. They're great young men. I can't wait to watch them play tonight.
There's a lot of talent on this field tonight, and there's a lot of attention. Obviously, we talked about Colin McNeil, but there's another young man, a junior, Mark Barr, number 2, the leading ball carrier so far for the Cowboys. That guy came up from the junior varsity last year and immediately put a spark in this offense.
Young Mr. Barr is quick, he's tough, he has a terrific sense of balance, he is a very good football player, he can accelerate. A real tough kid. He is a lot of fun. I got to see him at the end of the season last year when he did come up to the varsity, and I've had a chance to watch him this year. He's going to be a terrific varsity football player for the next 2 years.
Now, on the other side of the line of scrimmage, of course, Lynn Parker's Highland Bulldogs, our second look. Of course, they started off the season with this year against Valencia and that loss to Valencia. But the Highland Bulldogs, a big team, a very physical team. Their offensive front is huge, averaging between 260, 270 pounds. But they're slow, but they've got a lot of speed, though, in the backfield. And their quarterback, Vasquez, is back.
Well, he is back, and Lynn Parker does do a very good job, but they are the defending Golden League champions, and they're off to a less than outstanding start, so they have something to prove tonight. They want to show the Canyon Cowboys, and they have a bit of a memory about what's happened down here, and Lynn has faced the Cowboys in the past. They want to make a statement tonight. Now, the Cowboys want to make a statement, too. If they get off to a 3-1 start, as I believe they will, this may be a real breakthrough season for them. There's talent here. They've got good coaches here. This should be a terrific Cowboy football team, and I'm looking forward to watching them tonight.
This is going to be a rivalry that you're going to watch, Highland against Canyon, that has been storied over the years. Last year, Highland won this game 10-7 right here on this field. We've got it here again tonight, so get those VCRs started. Tonight's Frontier Toyota Game of the Week, the Highland Bulldogs against the Canyon Cowboys. We've got the kickoff and the lineups right after this.
You know, we're very proud of the Signal's role in this community.
So I'd like to share with you what some local folks have to say about your hometown newspaper.
Well, I think the Signal's a huge leader in the community, both as a business and a newspaper.
There is no other means of getting the information to the general public other than through the Signal.
But the Signal plays a vital role in our community, not only as a source of information, but as a community advocate as far as supporting many local causes.
So pick up a copy of the Signal today. After all, it's your community, and this is your newspaper.
If it's important to Santa Clarita, it's important to Frontier Toyota. From the safe driving program to the expansion of Henry Mayo Newhall Memorial Hospital to the development of youth sports, Frontier Toyota, Creekside at Valencia Boulevard.
Education isn't always about books. It's not always about the score. Challenge your mind. Challenge your body. Accept the challenge.
Rediscover the Santa Clarita Open Air Market at the Songa Speedway. Over 550 vendors attract 16,000 shoppers every Sunday to the Speedway, where the fine art of bartering thrives. Live music entertains the crowd at the food court. Pony rides and a petting zoo for the kids. A full day of entertainment for only $1.50. From plants and clothing to headlining entertainment and events. If you want it, you can get it. The Santa Clarita Open Air Market, where you get everything under the sun. We talked about it in the pregame here, and this is a rivalry that these teams love to play each other. Every time Canyon and Highland plays against each other, it is a fierce physical battle, and it's always a close game.
Won't be any different tonight. It will be physical. It will be fierce. You know, we're lining up to see another great kicker, one of my favorite people. In fact, I get some favorite young men that are in my classes, but never tell them how much I love them. Watch Cam Robinson. He's awesome.
Cam Robinson kicking off, and this ball game.
Oh, great call. Great call.
The onside kick, and it's recovered by Canyon. And falling on that ball is Enio Villanueva. Number 11, Villanueva. So what a great start, a great call on the onside kick.
I thought it was a great call by Jack Bowman, and Cam Robinson, this magnificent toe that he has, he just executed a perfect onside kick. Took the entire Highland Bulldogs by surprise, and he just laid it right in the corner, soft and easy, traveled 14 yards, magnificent. Great job, Cam.
Vince Titteriga is the starting quarterback for the Cowboys. Colin McNeil and Mark Barr will line up behind him with Ryan Sullivan as a wingback, Nick Theodore the tight end, and Chris Wilkie as the wideout. The give on first down. Colin McNeil bursting through. We talked about this young man. He's across the 30-yard line down to the 27-yard line, and a 17-yard run.
Well, it was a terrific run. First of all, they didn't have but one back in the backfield, and so here we have Colin McNeil, and they had a quick trap, and we had Mike Quisenberry making a great block to start the game off. In fact, there was no one there. Nice running by Colin. Terrific execution up front by the offensive line. Nice job.
Let's go ahead and set that offensive front now. Hunter Phillips is the center. Dan Halsey and Mike Quisenberry are the guards. Paul Giamichael and Mike Meyer the tackles. First and 10 from the 27. The toss goes to Ryan Sullivan, and Sullivan is going to be inside the 25, down close to the 24. Give him 3 yards on that. Let's set the Highland defensive front. Jacob Buckhalter, Andrew Kenny are the defensive ends. Sean Struhl and Big Ed Chen, the defensive tackles. Chen goes both ways on the front. Matt Wiarty and Roland Ortiz are the backers with Greg Root. Watch him, number 49. He is something special. The backs, Mike McCoy, DeMar Caballero. The safeties, David Gott and Frederico is starting tonight. Mark Barr gets the ball, 2nd and 7, and he's not going to find much but yellow shirts as that defense swarms in on Mark Barr.
Well, it did, and we've seen 3 plays, 3 different offensive sets. I like the quick pitch on to Sullivan, the play before. That was real nice. And then they had Barr at wingback, brought him back to the wide side of the field. He's a terrific runner, and they bottled him up that time, but it's not going to happen all night. Mark's going to have a big night tonight.
We mentioned how Fred Rico is starting at free safety. Marcus Demps, number 8, all CIF returner, banged up on the first play of the first game, which was the game here on SCV Sports TV. Titteriga rolling to his right, trying to get it to Colin McNeil, but that ball is overthrown. We're not going to see a lot of passing from this offensive Canyon.
No, we're not. We're not going to see a lot of passing. And Vince, another young man that I have in class, and he's an outstanding young man, a good student. Vince, that time, tried a little bootleg to the right side, which is good because he's right-handed. I'd like to see Vince plant his feet real quickly, snap the ball off, because he does have a good arm and he can execute it, but I'd like to see him not throwing the run so much.
Cam Robinson is in to try the field goal. Anything within distance of Antelope Valley is a shot for young Mr. Robinson. This one is going to be placed at the 32 and waiting for one final Cowboy, and we had to call a timeout. The Cowboys had to call a timeout because they were missing a couple of players. Do you need more information about what we've got going here on SCV Sports TV? Check us out on the web, scvsportstv.com. All the information that you need about not only high school football, but then also next week we're going to be seeing some girls volleyball. And so you can check out the schedule, see exactly what games are going to be and when they're going to air. Plus, we've got information on the SCV Sports Show, and you can vote for your favorite play of the game. That's on scvsportstv.com, a website that gets you all the information for all the sports that's being televised here in Santa Clarita.
Girls volleyball, Dave. We not only play good girls volleyball in this valley, we happen to have a lock on some of the most beautiful female athletes in America right here in this valley. So I got to show up.
You got to be there.
I'll be there. And if I'm not there, I'll be watching.
You'll be watching. Thank you very much. That'll be good. Kevin Sather and I will be covering that action for you on the girls volleyball. That should be a lot of fun. Here we go. Cam Robinson going to start this game off from 42 yards out. The hold is down. The kick has got the distance, and it hits the far upright.
You know, that was a real nice effort. And Chris Wilkie that time is a holder. Chris did an outstanding job because snap was a little bit behind him, and he had to reach back through the timing off a little bit of Robinson, and still Cam drives the ball 42 yards, had enough distance, and maybe the timing is just right. If we're a little better snap, he puts the ball between the uprights because he can hit it from a long way.
Nick Theodore is the long snapper, and he has been troubled by a thumb injury. Here's the Bulldogs' first play from scrimmage, and they're going to meet an awful lot of green. Let's go ahead and set that offense. Colin McNeil making that tackle. Setting the offense now for Highland. Quarterback Matt Wyorty. We should be able to see Andrew Vasquez at some point, the regular starter. Josh Mejia and Mike McCoy are the running backs. Tight end Ramsden Unin, big guy, a great receiver. Jeremy Kogel and DeMar Caballero are the wideouts. Going in motion is Rico on 2nd down and 11. And again, not much going. Stop made there. Jeremy Brandt coming in from his strong safety. We'll continue the Highland offensive front. Israel Caballero gets the start tonight at center for the Bulldogs. Dane Surer is one guard. Arturo Gonzalez, one of the big hogs up front. Ed Chen is another one, and Jacob Buckhalter round out the offensive front. Tough going early on for the Bulldogs. 3rd down, 11. The flare out, the pass is complete to Kogel, and no, it is incomplete as Kogel drops the ball. Nice defensive stand by the Cowboys.
Terrific stand by the Cowboys. Already Colin McNeil is making his presence felt, and what a nice fill on that play that you mentioned. Jeremy Brandt, another one of my favorite young men at Canyon High School, feeling really quick, tough, and enthusiastic. He likes to play football. He's a Cowboy.
Punting situation going back for the Cowboys is Wilkie to receive this punt. Good snap. Jose Duarte, the kicker, gets a spiral, but does not get it to turn over. The tail dragger is going to bounce and roll, and it's going to get a Highland roll down at the 46-yard line. 35 yards on the kick, and Jose Duarte is one of those special kickers. I mean, if you're going to look at the complete package of football, including the kickers, this is a special game tonight because there are two great kickers.
Well, there are. We've seen Jose earlier in the year, and he's good, and a lot of ink to him, but I have to be prejudiced here. I'll take Cam Robinson anytime.
Good field position here with 8:40 to play in the opening quarter. 0-0 is our score. Ball is placed at the 46, 1st and 10. Wilkie is to the near side. The give, though, is to McNeil up the middle. He's across the 50, and McNeil is down to the 46 of the Bulldogs. And McNeil quickly now on 2 carries. McNeil already has 25 yards.
Well, and both times the Cowboys ran a quick trap. A quick trap with Mike Quisenberry. Mike is an A+ student, and I have him in one of my Shakespeare classes. He's outstanding in class. He's outstanding on the football field, and like a good running back, Colin's following Mike.
And Mike Quisenberry has been getting a lot of press as being one of the smartest athletes in Southern California. Give up the middle this time, and this time Colin McNeil is not going to fool too many people. Jacob Buckhalter, number 79, is there, as well as Roland Ortiz.
They certainly had that defended a little bit better, but that was a dive as opposed to the trap. And you know, we talked a little bit about, you mentioned earlier, about Highland being big and strong, and not especially mobile, but big and strong up front. And well, this time the Cowboys just came right at them. Well, that's working towards Highland's strength, but I think that play will just set things up.
3rd down, a long yard to go. Ball is at the 45-yard line. The give is right up the middle again, trying the left side, but he is not going to get anything.
You know, they only need about a yard and a half for that 1st down, and obviously that's what they're trying to do. So it's 4th and 1. I'm sure we'll give them one more shot for it from there. One of the things our fans may wish to look for tonight is this offensive set. It's very interesting. Most of the time, it's an unbalanced line, which means there are only 2 men on the line of scrimmage to one side of the center. And then we have, most of the time, 2 wing backs and a wide receiver. It's an interesting set.
Well, 4th and 1 from the Highland 45. McNeil is the only running back, and the give is to McNeil, and he's going to have the 1st down. And Colin is going to bull his way down to the 42-yard line. 3 yards on that one. That was a big play on 4th down.
It was a very big play, but you put a McNeil and a Quisenberry together. If those two can't get a 1st down, then probably it isn't going to happen. That was a real nice call, nice execution.
Colin McNeil, 6 foot, 220-pounder, a senior, getting a lot of attention. And, of course, it's been written about. Harvard is one, and with his grades, he could easily be at Harvard. 1st and 10. They're calling it the 41-yard line. The fake to McNeil, the give to Barr. Barr trying the left side. He's across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8. We're going to see a lot of ball control like we were just talking about. A lot of ball control, running the ball, and an occasional pass.
Absolutely. We had Quisenberry leading and Dan Halsey leading also that time. And once again, we've got Mark Barr running the ball. It's only a matter of time before he's going to be running in the Highland secondary.
And you talked about Halsey. This is his 2nd game ever on the offensive side. And last week was his 1st game on offense. And what does he do? He goes out and he's the offensive lineman of the game. Titteriga rolling to his right. Intercepted. Coming up with that ball is Jacob Buckhalter, and Titteriga threw it right at him. Making the stop and saving the touchdown was Halsey, but holy cow, that ball went right at that big 6 foot, 239-pounder.
Well, you know, there was pressure on Vince before he was really ready for it. Faked the dive, tried to bootleg to his right once again, but as he turned around, someone was right on top of him, and then perhaps a little ill-advised, he just tried to dump the ball off to keep the ball from being a big loss. As you said, it went right to the Highland Bulldog.
Matt Wiarty is the quarterback. The fake inside, rolling to his right is Wiarty. Flag comes down, the throw, and it's going to be completed. He completes it to Ramsden Union.
And Jeremy Brandt right there in the coverage, making the tackle. Mike Quisenberry limped off the field. That didn't look real promising. We're hoping that was just a little twist or tweak. He's an awfully tough kid. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Trainers are down there looking at his left leg, and we'll see what might come from that. But there is a flag down. The pass was completed. It was completed for 8 yards. While we've got a moment, let's go ahead and set the defense now, led by Andy Rees on the defensive front. 6 sacks already for Andy Rees from his defensive end position. 4 of those coming in the first game against Granada Hills. The second game against Granada Hills. John Sandin is the other defensive end. Edgar Aguirre, who's got one of 2 interceptions for this team, is at one defensive tackle, and Anthony Coca is the other. Colin McNeil has an interception, and he returned it last week for a touchdown. He's one linebacker. Brandon Trevelyan, Josh Vaughn, the other backers. Robert Hendricks, Nick Hogan, Jeremy Brandt, and Ryan Sullivan are the defensive backs. Sullivan, of course, going both ways.
You know, you mentioned that Colin McNeil had a good game last week. I happened to see that game. He was all over the field. He was in the backfield. He was making plays in the secondary. He was intercepting passes, and he ran like the terrific runner that he is.
1st and 21 after the holding penalty, and look out, but bursting up the middle is Mejia, and they're not going to catch him. 50 yards for Mejia, and the Bulldogs are on the board first with 4:58 to play in the first quarter. Mejia, 50-yard scamper.
Yeah, it was a very nice run, and he broke several arm tackles. The Cowboys have been playing a real swarming defense, and that play seemed to catch them a little off stride. They didn't seem to be quite in the position they had been earlier, but it was a very well executed offensive play.
Mejia, 6 foot, 169 pounds, but he's a very effective running back, and he runs as if he's much bigger than just being 169 pounds.
Well, he had some speed. No one was catching him, were they? No one was coming close.
Jose Duarte in to attempt the extra point for the Bulldogs. A good snap, the good hold, the boot goes through. 4:58 to play in the first quarter on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week. The Highland Bulldogs have taken the early 7-0 lead over the Canyon Cowboys.
This Acura dealership is unbelievable. They treated us like family. Hi, I'm Sherry Fleming. I've been telling you, anything they can do, we can do better, but our customers tell it best.
I got the price and the car I wanted.
I got my TL here, and I love it.
They treated me like family.
I'd send my family there.
I feel the difference.
I'd send my friends there.
I feel the difference.
Come feel the difference.
This one is going to come down to Sullivan. Sullivan drops it. Excuse me, that's Hendricks. And he's going to get around the corner, though, across the 30. And finally, he's wrestled out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Robert Hendricks on the return.
Yes, and he showed a lot of poise and cool because he bobbled the ball. I think he wasn't expecting the ball to be short like that to him. Bobbled the ball. Bulldog was right on top of him. He calmly picked the ball up, swatted the Bulldog away, took off for the sideline, and picked up another 10 yards. That was an impressive little effort by that young man. Nice job, Robert.
This will be an important drive here for Vince Titteriga and the entire Cowboys. Can they bounce back after that turnover that resulted in 7 points, and something that actually is an interesting stat? The Bulldogs did not score in the first 9 quarters. Mark Barr is across the 40-yard line. We'll get to that point in a moment as Barr is going to pick up 8 yards to the 41.
What I really liked about what Mark did that time, Mark had his shoulders down, had his head up. He's running north and south, following his blockers, and he's not real big, but he's real quick. And he hit in there real well and then accelerated, picked up 8 yards. Really nice.
And as I touched upon, the first 9 quarters, 2 games and then some, the Bulldogs do not score a point. And here, in the halfway through the first quarter, they're up 7-0.
Yeah, the Highland must be shocked to have a touchdown already.
2nd down and 2. The give is up the middle to McNeil. McNeil has really been the workhorse, but it looks like the Bulldogs are starting to shut that down. 49, Greg Root comes up from that pile Watch for Greg Root. Greg Root, 6'2", 245-pounder. He's an all-leaguer.
He is a load. He is he is a load to take on. And he and McNeil, that's a real interesting evaluation to see two terrific high school linebackers, fullbacks. And I think Root is very, very good, but I'd take Colin McNeil over anyone.
Lynn Parker is very high on Greg Root, and he has been actively trying to help Root get to that next level. 3rd down and 1. The give up the middle to McNeil behind Big Quisenberry, and also pulling in behind Phillips, his center, and it's going to be close depending on the mark, but it looks like Colin McNeil should have the 1st down.
Boy, Colin's the first quarter workhorse here, yes?
Very much so, and if you take away the first 2 carries in which he had 25 yards, he's carried the ball now the last 5 times and has only gained 7 yards.
But as a coach, I have to tell you, Dave, 2 of those 5 carries were for 1st downs. And when you're converting 1st downs, that's a big play. It may not look big in the stats, but that's a real big play.
From the wing tee, the toss is to Barr. Barr finds his way through and almost squirts through. He's going to be brought down at the 49-yard line, making the stop there for the Bulldogs. Number 22, David Gott, is in the game, and as well as Roland Ortiz.
And Dave, if our fans like to watch this is very interesting for me. That right then was the prototypical wing tee offense. Pitch the ball, the backside back, pull the backside guard and tackle, or in this case, tackle and tight end to the strong side. Try to get more to the point of attack than the other team has there.
2nd down and 6. Canyon, who averages a total of 209 yards a game, give us again up the middle to McNeil, and McNeil...
It's McNeil, I think.
Yeah, it's exactly. He's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, I think they're actually going to mark him as losing a yard back to the 48-yard line. This offense, though, the rushing game, 209 yards, 153 of it on the ground versus only 56 through the air.
Not this, as you said, we've seen some incredible passing attacks the first 3 weeks, but this is old smash mouth football. Woody Hayes, I think, is resurrected here and is happy.
And they hold it very close to the vest. Very few mistakes will you find from the Cowboys. 3rd down and 7, 1:38 to go. The give on the side, Ryan Sullivan is going to cross the 50, going to be down to the Bulldog 47-yard line, but he will be 2 yards short of the 1st down, and now it's decision time, and the decision's already been made. 4th and 2, they go for it.
Well, they may be going for it. I just watched Mike Quisenberry, who we noticed last series went out with a twisted leg, whether it was ankle or knee, we're not sure. He just took his man and drove him back 4 yards. What a great block.
4th down and 2. So far for tonight, the Cowboys are 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions, but apparently Vince Titteriga does not like the the defense that he sees set up opposite, and he calls timeout.
And it's the second in the whole remaining 1st half.
Cam Robinson back to punt for the Cowboys, and back to receive the punt. Mike McCoy, DeMar Caballero. Watch out for Caballero. If he gets it, that kid can run. And Caballero's going to get the ball. He's going to try to get around the end. Ball comes out, but no, it's whistled dead. Whistled dead, and I think there's a lot of shocked fans. Nick Hogan Jr. is able to be downfield and was able to corral Mr. Caballero.
Well, there was real good coverage by the Cowboys, and once again, you know, so many of these things go unsung, but Cam Robinson makes so many good plays in the kicking game. Every coach would like to have their punter pin the other team inside the 20-yard line. Well, in this case, we're inside the 15-yard line. Another fine executed punt and from the kicking game from the Cowboys, and especially Cam Robinson.
Flaherty is the quarterback for Highland. He quickly flares it out, but looking to pass, and does complete the pass to Mike McCoy. McCoy is going to be slammed down to the ground, though, by 34 Jeremy Brandt, but call it a double pass. My book, that's a lateral to the far side and a pass.
Well, in high school football, you may pass the ball any number of times forward, as long as each pass is from behind the line of scrimmage. So it was a lateral and a double pass, or however it was a legal play.
Right up the middle. And Mejia is going to get across the 35 to the 38-yard line. 6 yards for Mejia. Mejia is able to run virtually at will against this defense, and Mejia on the season averaging close to 5 yards a carry. He had 100 yards last week.
You know, we haven't mentioned number 46, Josh Vaughn, but he's a real active, tough kid that's in there at linebacker for the Cowboys.
Quick count to give was to Caballero, and that speedster's not going to go anywhere when Andy Reese is around. 41 Reese is there. Also coming up from the pile, Ricky Galvin, and it's good to see Ricky Galvin is back in a Cowboy uniform. He's been banged up a little bit.
Is that right? Coach Bowman said he wouldn't be back for another week yet. He's a great football player. He had a terrific junior year. He's one of the better football players on this whole team.
That's the end of the first quarter. Frontier Toyota's game of the week has got the visiting Highland Bulldogs ahead of the Canyon Cowboys 7-0. We've got the second quarter right after this. Down and 7 for the Bulldogs. The quick pass out, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to get the pass over to Kogel. But it's going to bring up 4th down and long, and it looks like the punting unit for the Bulldogs.
Well, I hope so. Boy, they've got to do something with that passing attack. That passing attack needs some work. They've got good, strong kids up there at Highland, and they can run the ball, but boy, their passing looks like it needs some work.
Well, keep in mind, Matt Wiarty is the quarterback right now, but he is the second string behind Andrew Vasquez, and Vasquez, 6'2", 209-pounder. That kid has definitely got the physical attributes for a quarterback, but he is on the sidelines right now, still a little banged up. Jose Duarte back to kick for the Bulldogs. Gets a short kick and letting it bounce.
Uh-oh, they're breaking Welch's rule of punt returns.
Letting it roll. That's a terrific kick, as it's going to turn out to be about 50 yards on that kick.
Yeah, but you know, it was only a 32-yard punt, and then no one fielded it, and so, yes, it did go another 18 yards, but Cam Robinson would have thrown that punt back. That wasn't long enough.
Well, the Cowboys are going to try it again. 11:42 to play in the first half, and Vince Tederiga is going to lead his Cowboy offense, an offense that, as we talked about, that rushing game is everything. And the leading rusher for the Cowboys, Mark Barr, coming into this game, 228 yards with 3 touchdowns. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry, is this young junior. 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line from that single wing tee. The toss is to Sullivan. Sullivan cuts inside. He breaks 2-3 tackles. He's got the first down. He's across the 30-yard line to the 31, a 13-yard gain.
Slippery, quick. What a nice run. Terrific. Ryan Sullivan is marvelous. Also made a little change on the offensive line. We got big Brandon Barron in there at center right now, and he gives a little mass, and he played quite a bit last year, so he brings not only good size, but he brings some experience to the Cowboy line.
Well, Jack Bowman talked to us about that before the game, and he mentioned that he's going to be rotating both on his offensive line and defensive lines quite a bit because the size difference is tremendous. He does not want to wear down his guys. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line, and this time McNeil, they have really got 42's number. Loss of 2 back to the 30-yard line, 2nd and 12.
No, they're not fooling anyone right now with the dive to the fullback. So, however, the fake to the fullback and to give to the wing coming around has been very effective. That looks real good right now.
Well, I think the Cowboys have certainly set it up well by giving McNeil the ball so many times in this game. 9 carries so far for 29 yards, and been able to set up people like Sullivan, who's now got 3 carries, 22 yards.
Absolutely. Colin has to be given some of the credit for the success that Ryan Sullivan and Mark Barr are having.
Barr, 3 carries, 10 yards early on. The toss this time is to Barr, and Barr is going to find nothing. Trying to cut back in the middle, but again, that big sea of yellow. And coming up from that pile, Jacob Buckhalter is coming up again. And, of course, 49, Greg Root lost his hat.
We haven't seen a reverse yet, have we? But, however, that's in the offense. That's in all wing T offenses. We've seen a little passing. We've definitely seen the dive and the sweep, quick pitch, the counter. Let's play Monday morning quarterback here and see when the reverse is coming.
More of a pro set. A little bit of confusion.
Yes.
Tariga's going to get drilled from behind. They are calling that a fumble, and the Bulldogs have recovered the ball. Falling on the ball, number 7 is Matt Wyarty. Wyarty coming up with a big play. Wyarty doing double duty tonight.
Wyarty's doing a great job, but Vince Titarica has got to have some time. You know, it's one thing to blame the quarterback when he's turning around and he's trying to bring the ball up to execute the offense. He has to be given some time. So, boy, we can't be blaming this young man for these plays. It's not his fault when he turns around and a sea of gold is on top of him.
Second turnover. The give is going to be up the middle to Mejia. Mejia just following behind that big offensive front. He's finally pushed back, but not before his forward progress takes him to the 21-yard line. 3 yards for Mejia. 2nd and 7.
Well, that's real nice in there. We had John Sandin right there. That was really nice. Brandon Trevelyan right there. They ran right into the teeth of the Cowboy defense, and they were tough.
This time the Bulldogs send 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far. Mejia is the lone tailback. Frederico is in motion, but Mejia is going to blast his way to the 9-yard line. Goes Mejia. Give him 12 yards on that carry.
And Mejia ran right through the arms of 3 or 4 Cowboys. And the linebackers tried to fill the holes, and he just made a quick cut back to his right. And really, he did a lot of that on his own, David.
Well, turnovers may be the key of this game. So far, 8:50 to play in the first half. 2 turnovers committed by the Cowboys, and the Bulldogs look like they're about ready to capitalize on that second turnover.
This is interesting. Shotgun from, what, the 4 or 5 yard line?
Wyarty gives the ball to McCoy. McCoy sweeping right, and he's going to get dragged down from behind. Andy Reese hustling over, and Andy Reese, who used to play at Highland, came down here a couple of years ago, now in his 2nd year at Canyon.
Well, first of all, Colin McNeil, what he did not make the tackle, but he did something that I've always liked that linebackers do. He bought time for other people to make the play, and so he did not allow the ball to be advanced. The running back had to delay, and Reese all the way from the backside, hustling the whole way. I watched Andy the whole way that time. What a great play from the backside.
Quick count, the fake to McCoy. Wyarty rolling to his left, firing to the end zone, but incomplete. Nice coverage out there on the flat by Robert Hendricks, number 7, as Wyarty was trying to get the ball out to Jeremy Kogel.
Boy, you know, I don't understand either of these 2 calls. They got the ball down to the 4-yard line by a quick dive, straight up, running quickly and attacking the Cowboy defense. So what do? They go to the shotgun on first down and then run sideways, which nets them nothing. And then in the 2nd down, they throw a pass from the 4-yard line, and their passing attack is probably the worst thing they do.
0 for 2 on their passing so far tonight. 3rd down goal from the 9-yard line. Again, out of the shotgun. Look out, here comes your reverse. Mike McCoy has got some blockers. Andy Reese is trying to chase him down, trying to slice in, but he is going to be short of the goal line. Knocked out of bounds over there by Ryan Sullivan, number 3, who came flying in from his position. Ryan Sullivan is a very special defensive back.
Well, yes, he is, isn't he? In fact, he's special on defense. He's special on offense. He's somebody you need, a skill player who is tough, who's quick, puts his nose in there, makes big plays. That was a big play. Now, there we had the reverse, but it's from the wrong team.
Wrong time. Exactly. 4th down and goal from the 1. Power I formation. The Bulldogs are going to go for it. The give up the middle. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
You know, the Cowboys were so close to making that stop right there. So close.
Mejia scoring the touchdown, his 2nd of the game. Mejia now 6 carries, 79 yards, a pair of touchdowns. And again, the Bulldogs able to capitalize on mistakes.
On mistakes, on the turnovers.
In to try the extra point is Jose Duarte, out of the hold from Matt Wyarty. Good snap. The hold is down, and now kick is blocked. Nice play.
Good job. Nick Hogan.
Hogan.
Nick Hogan coming through. from his left side.
Those can always be big, and we talked about these kickers here tonight, Harry. That could be a big play right there.
It certainly could.
7:39 to play in the first half. The Bulldogs extended now 13-0 on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week over the Cowboys.
You know, we're very proud of the signal.
And camping out underneath it and catching it at the 5-yard line is Sullivan. But
Great hit.
Cow.
Great hit around the 20-yard line.
Sullivan gets to the 20, and he's looking a little dazed.
It was instant stop.
Big-time hit that time.
Sullivan's a tough kid. I know he can handle that, but that was a major league hit right there, David.
Well, we talked about it the last time that there was a turnover, and unfortunately the Cowboys were not able to march down the field. And this ball control offense, they've got 7.5 minutes. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
The game we did last year between the Cowboys and the Valencia Vikings, and the Cowboys marching 8.5 minutes in the opening quarter after taking the kickoff and scoring a touchdown before the Vikings even had the ball. That's what they need right now. The toss is going to go to Sullivan, and Sullivan, there may have been a face mask, though I don't see a handkerchief on the ground. But Sullivan looked like he had his face mask yanked around.
Dave, I believe that was Mark Barr.
Excuse me, Mark Barr. Mark Barr. Well, Mark Barr is able to get a yard. And thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me. No, that's good. Second down and 9. Clock continues to run. Inside of 7 minutes to go. Splitting out to the far side is Wilkie. At some point, Todorica is going to have to throw the ball in the air. The toss this time again to Barr. And Barr's going to get upended, and he's going to be brought down at about the 22. So they're just chipping away at it. This Bulldog defense is really being strong.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's first of all, they figured out that they better start keying Colin McNeil, and then when they did that, started playing a little better against the pitch play. We're going to need to do something else a little bit, whether they pass the ball deep downfield or we get that reverse or get outside. We're going to have to do something a little different.
Well, when you look at the first 3 games, you can assume that the Canyon Cowboys should be able to run against the Bulldogs. They've been allowing 130 yards a game, 224 total yards allowed by this defense from Highland. 3rd down and 8, and Colin McNeil is going to get the ball going up the middle, and he's going to get maybe another yard. So 3 plays, 3 yards, a yard in each of those plays. 4th down, going to have to punt.
Colin's a wonderful athlete, a very good fullback, but any good running back, they need a hole. They need a chance. They can't be getting the ball and have the defense waiting for them as they get the ball. Colin will get great yardage. Just give him a chance.
Cam Robinson back to punt now for the Cowboys. Back to receive this punt, Mike McCoy, DeMar Caballero. And again, Caballero, track athlete as well. He is very well the fastest runner. Low snap. Robinson picks it up, and he's going to try to run for it. Running for his life, trying to get that 1st down, and they're going to mark him out just shy of the 30-yard line, which means he's going to be short of the 1st down. And that means that the Bulldogs are going to get excellent field position with only 5:12 to play in the half.
Another mistake. Let's see. It's awfully close to the 1st down. Let's see what they're doing here. Yes, it is a 1st down for the Bulldogs at about the 30-yard line. That's going to hurt. You know, it's a terrific Cowboy defense, but they've been playing again with bad field position the whole night. And Cam did the best he could. I had my binoculars on him the whole night. The ball dribbled to him. I mean, he did well to even field it on 1 or 2 hops. And then he did the best he could. Had he tried to punt it, would have been blocked in the end zone and would have been an instant touchdown.
Tip your hat to Roland Ortiz, number 24 for the Bulldogs, as he was able to chase down Cam Robinson from behind. 5:12 to play in the 1st half. The toss back, knocked down by Andy Rees. A great play, and the rest of the team comes in. That is a huge play by Andy Rees as DeMar Caballero tried to toss the ball back to Waiardi.
Well, he did. It was an interesting play. I don't know how well it was designed, but Andy Rees, he's got to play some basketball. My God, he's tracking one guy down. The ball goes back. He intercepted the pass, a dribble, and he did dribble it. What a great play by Andy Rees. Coach Bowman was really, really high on him, and with good reason. he's not only quick and tough, he's smart. He's a heady football player.
The give this time coming around is to Frederico, and Rico's going to get drilled.
Mike Quisenberry.
Quisenberry pumped up. He's going both ways, and that's a big play. Another loss back to the 44, and this defense needs to inspire the offense here in the closing minutes of the first half.
They're certainly doing it these last two plays, aren't they? Two big defensive plays. Reese and then Quisenberry. Real big. But, you know, the best thing that Highland has done is give the ball off on these quick dives and let their quick backs run forward. When they go sideways and try the tricky stuff, well, they lose yardage.
And here they are from the shotgun. Waiardi gets the ball. He's looking for someone to throw it to. And almost coming up with that ball was Brandon Trevelyan. Yes. And in fact, he had to throw under Brandon's arms.
Great pressure, Brandon. But even had that ball been completed, it wasn't going anywhere. The defense was all over that. But I don't understand that off the offensive calls there. Great play, though. Terrific plays by the defense. Defense had everything covered. You know, even earlier when Andy made that great play where he knocked down the lateral going backwards, it was a double pass is what was trying to come up, and the Cowboys had it covered in the secondary.
Wilkie back to receive this Jose Duarte punt. 3:54 to play in the first half. So there's still a lot of time, but with a ball control offense, they're going to need to strike big. Duarte, the tail dragger, and he's going to let it bounce, and it's going to get down close to the 10-yard line and finally be down at about the 11-yard line. So 89 yards to go, 3 minutes, 43 seconds. With this kind of offense, Harry, can they mount the charge to get into the end zone before half?
Well, they certainly can. The offensive line has to relax, be a little more comfortable, start wearing down those big, slow Bulldogs up front. But yes, they definitely can. But have to relax and not make mistakes.
And a key here is that the Cowboys only have one timeout left. The Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, the Cowboys did have to burn 2 of their timeouts in the first quarter, didn't they?
Down by 13 now. The Cowboys, 1st and 10 from the 11. Titteriga under center. The flex draws a flex, unfortunately, coming from Sean Struhl, number 88 for the Bulldogs, and it looks like it's going to be 5 yards against the Bulldogs, and that's an easy way to do it. No time off the clock, and you get 5 yards at a pop.
You know, John Quam is the offensive coordinator here for the Cowboys, and John was a terrific ball player for me in the mid-'80s. He was like the captain of our offensive line, and he played some defensive end. And anyway, he's got this flex in that we used and he used with his teammates so well, and it's very, very effective. And just then picked up a no-brainer, 5 yards.
1st and 5. Titteriga going back. He completes the pass to Wilkie. Wilkie's going to have his forward progress marked down at about the 28-yard line. Excuse me, the 18-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. 2nd down and about 3.
No, we've got good athletes out there, but we're not seeing a whole lot of a passing attack right now.
Clock continues to run. 3:17 to play in the first half. Wilkie going to the far side of the field. That's the first completion that has been made by from both sides of the ball tonight. The toss is to Barr. Barr is not going to get anywhere. In fact, he may actually lose a yard in the transition.
Boy, Greg Root is spending a lot of time in the Cowboy backfield, and that was Root. Root had smelled that play out, and he was there waiting for Barr to come over there.
Last 4 carries by Barr. He's gained a yard, then lost a yard. Gained a yard and lost a yard. The running game has been shut down by the Bulldog defense.
Oh, it has. And once again, it's the right now the defensive line is for the Bulldogs is winning the battle.
3rd down and 3. Ball is at the 18-yard line. Titteriga barking the signals. Looks like he's trying to get him to draw offside. Sullivan gets the ball.
Nice cutback.
Got the first down. He's across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Stopping the clock as they move the chains. A nice play by Sullivan.
Well, you know, I thought it was very, very good because he cut hard back to his right, and what he did by that cut was picked up the first down. Had the Cowboys had to punt from deep in their own territory with 2.5 minutes to go, it gives the Highland Bulldogs terrific field position again. So you know, that was a really, really terrific heads-up play by Ryan Sullivan, and nice execution by the offensive line. Remember, he's not out there by himself.
Sullivan now 4 carries, 30 yards. 1st and 10 from their own 26. Titteriga going straight back, looking to the near side. He's looking for John Sandin, and Sandin has the ball knocked away by DeMar Caballero. Caballero, only 5'6", going against John Sandin, 6'1", but Caballero is quite an athlete.
Well, he is, and John Sandin ran the nice fade pattern down the sideline. Just need a little more air under the ball there.
Sandin's going to come back out. Going back into the game now is Wilkie. And also, well, now that we've got him, Vince Titteriga. 1:54 to play in the first half. 2nd down 10 from the 26. The Bulldog defense has thoroughly shut down this offense, and again, Barr is not going to find any running room, and again, Barr is going to lose a yard. Back to the 25. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
I'm watching Greg Root right now, and it's like he knows the play. We've got a real quick running back like Barr, and by the time Barr gets to the far side of his own offense, where he wants to turn up and have this mass of people going, Root is waiting for him.
Root, 6'2", 245-pounder, returning all Golden League at middle linebacker. 3rd down 11. Titteriga is going to get flushed out, and he's going to throw the ball into the ground in front of Colin McNeil. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and applying the pressure for
88.
Sean Struhl, 88.
Right there. And once again, it's fine to criticize the quarterback, but by gosh, when he turns around and there's someone in his face, play after play, real tough to get confidence and to be able to even release the ball as you need to release the ball. You have to push off that back foot, and Vince has not had the opportunity to even set up yet.
Robinson in the punt again. Caballero and McCoy back around their own 40-yard line. Nice kick from Robinson, and McCoy wisely lets it bounce, and it gets a terrific roll. It's going to be down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, but your understatement is incredible here. You said nice kick. It was a nice kick, but that thing would have brought rain. My God, that thing was hanging up in the air. That was great. It was probably a 40-yard punt, but it was 40 yards up, too. Boy, what a great kick. All the Cowboys could have made a fair catch on that one, and then we get the good bounce.
53 total yards on that one. 57 seconds remain in the first half. The Bulldogs with the 13-0 lead, and the ball on their own 21-yard line. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. I wouldn't be at all surprised, though, that they just keep the ball on the ground, run out the clock, go into the halftime with this good, comfortable lead.
Well, I wish you were over there. I don't understand this offense.
Look out. Wiarty is going to show how bad I am. What a great catch. No, it's incomplete. Trying to get the ball to his running back, Mejia, was Wiarty. Wiarty paid the price, though. Andy Rees decked Wiarty just as he let go of that ball.
Well, he did, and once again, Jeremy's been really active. He's been all over the field. We've seen him make plays, filling on the run in the backfield, and he's defended the pass 3 or 4 times, and we haven't seen a lot of passes. Defended the pass and doing it very, very well. Jeremy, you're on fire out there.
2nd down and 10 from their own 21-yard line. 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 on the near. Coming in motion is Frederico. Going straight back is Wiarty, faking one side, going deep on the other, looking to get the ball to Kogel, and the ball is going to be overthrown. And again, out there on the coverage, Robert Hendricks on the coverage this time.
And equally good coverage by Robert Hendricks. So Jeremy before and Robert now. I don't know what they're seeing because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing good coverage in the secondary by the Cowboys. So what they're trying to do is attack a weak spot. It's not a weak spot.
And we talked to Jack Bowman before the game, and he's very happy with his defensive backs. This is a very strong defensive backfield. As a defense, they've only been allowing 94 yards a game, and he'll match his defensive backs up against anybody else's.
Well, I can tell you they're tough kids, and they're good athletes, and they like to play football.
3rd down 10. Ball on their own 21. There's still 44 seconds to play. The inside give, though, is to Mejia, and Mejia isn't going anywhere. And quickly, the Cowboys are going to call timeout. They're going to get the ball back. 38 seconds remain. The offense, though, has not been able to amount much Charlie, Harry, they go ahead and burn their last time out.
You can call me Charlie. That's okay. Josh Vaughn making a nice play in the backfield that time. And that offense is not fooling the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are just waiting for them. You want to throw deep on us? Go ahead. They're making the plays there. And the running game, they're running sideways, which when they run sideways, the Cowboys have defended it beautifully.
You love great football. Tomorrow night, the place to be is right here on SCV Sports TV. We've got the number 5 team in the state of California in junior college football, Allen Hancock, going against the number 9 team, College of the Canyons, ranked 9th in the state of California. Hancock 5th in Southern California, Canyon 6th in Southern California. That's going to be a terrific football game. The Cougars 3-0, the Hancock also 3-0. That's going to be a great game, and that's going to be tomorrow night, 6:30 here on SCV Sports TV. And Chuck Lyon has got a great program over there, only in its 3rd year, but already the first 2 years have gone to a couple of bowls, and he's off and going again.
Coach of the year, it seems, every year. What a great coach Chuck Lyon is. And David Parker from Saugus High School lit things up last week. I think for a while, he completed 11 out of 12 or something. Be sure to watch him. He's great.
Back to punt is Duarte. They're looking for the short kick. Oh, that is an incredible play. What a big-time break for the Cowboys. You talk about a timeout paying off.
You know, it was a great timeout by the Cowboys, and I don't understand Highland's offense. What is that? It's 4th and 11 from your 20-yard line. You're not going forward at all, and you try some trick play that you can't even execute. And the Cowboys, they're please keep doing that, will you? Because we like it. We like playing football this way.
Ball is placed in the inside of the 20-yard line. The Cowboys have no timeouts. 34 seconds to play in the half. Titteriga's got Colin McNeil right behind him. Instead, he's looking for the pass, looking for the pattern down with Sandin, and he can't come up with a catch. John Sandin had the ball in his hands. A great pass from Vince Titteriga, but Sandin could not hold on to the ball.
Boy, if you give Vince a little blocking and give him his timing, ball's right there. Should have been a score. Nice shot, Vince.
28 seconds now to go in the half.
Still having trouble, Dave, trying to figure out what Highland is doing with their when they're diving the ball, they're effective. So they stopped diving the ball.
And since then, they've gone nowhere.
They've gone backwards.
They have gone backwards. That's exactly right. Sandin goes to the far side again. McNeil is the lone setback. Going in motion is Barr. Titteriga is going to roll to his right. He's got McNeil behind him, trying to get the ball to Barr, but this one is intercepted by Mike McCoy. McCoy is going to bring the ball back to the 20-yard line. Another big turnover by the Bulldogs.
Yes, that was. That was unfortunate because it looked like the Cowboys were right there in real good position.
Second interception tonight by the Bulldogs. The defense has caught more passes that have been thrown tonight than any offensive player. Only one completion tonight among the 10 passes, and there have been 2 interceptions.
Let me think about that for a second, Dave.
Think about that one.
I'm not sure that's the way it's designed.
It's not supposed to go that way. Well,
oh, wait a minute. We've got a normal set here.
Going in motion is Caballero. The give, though, right up the middle is Mejia. Mejia, he's the only one who's able to get any yardage from both sides. Mejia's going to get about 3 yards. Clock is continuing to run, though, and no one's showing any indication. The Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts left, but they're not going to stop the clock now. They're going to be content now to go into the locker room 13-0 leaders over the Canyon Cowboys on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week. We'll take a look at the Canyon High School Gold Star Brigade, and Harry and I will return with a look at statistics right after this. And a little confusion. Finally, Sullivan is going to pick the ball up from the 3, but he's got a whole lot of yellow. He's going to have to get around, and Sullivan is going to be down at the 6-yard line. Not the way that the Cowboys were hoping to be able to start it after they started off the first half 13-0.
Boy, you know, they started off the first half, though. They made the big play. Remember the first kickoff? They had the onside kick that they covered and executed so beautifully. No, here we had a lack of communication. We have to talk. The 2 young men back there have to talk to one one another, and it has to be who's got the ball, who's going to block for the other man, and then they have to field the ball on the fly.
The best offense has been turned in by Josh Mejia of Highland. Mejia, 6 carries, 79 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. One of those touchdowns coming on a 50-yard scamper right up the middle. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. The give is going to be right up the middle again, and McNeil is going to perhaps get 2 yards as he gets to the 8-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
Boy, McNeil and Root, they should go out for a drink or something. Coca-Cola, orange soda, lemonade after the game.
Down at Route 66 would be a good spot to go, wouldn't it?
Would be a great place. I'll take them there anytime. That's my favorite spot. So I'll take them to Route 66 anytime. We'll have to take Candace Crane. That's Colin's girlfriend, and she's inspirational.
They're only going to give Colin a yard. 2nd down and 9 from the 8-yard line. This time the give is to Sullivan. Sullivan has got some room, cuts back inside. He's across the 15, close to the 20-yard line. They're going to spot him down at the 19. 11 yards, and Ryan Sullivan is one heck of a football player.
Well, yes, he is. And, you know, once again, I think Colin's first carry, even though it only picked up a couple yards, it helped set this up. So all night long, they've been keying on Colin McNeil. Then they come around and they look for Mark Barr. And what's been happening is we've been faking either giving or faking the dive to McNeil or Barr, and now Sullivan very effectively coming back.
5 carries, 41 yards for Sullivan, over 8 yards a carry. 1st and 10. That flex almost, and yes, it does draw Jacob Buckhalter, that 6', 239-pounder who's had one heck of a first half, an interception, a couple of great tackles, but this time he gets caught.
We did, and we have a big, strong tackle out there for the Cowboys, number 76, but I don't know who he is, so I'd like to identify it.
Yes, we unfortunately do not have the number, but he's out there on the field. Mark Barr gets the pitch, and Mark Barr hits nothing but yellow. Greg Root, number 49, is the first to hit him, and you talked about it.
Friends.
Oh, yes.
It's like he knows what the play is, isn't it? Except for the comeback, the counter back with Sullivan. Root has not been there for the counter back to Sullivan at any time.
And after Barr's first 3 carries where he netted 10 yards, the last 6 carries for Matt Barr have netted -1 yard. No gain on that play. 2nd down and 5 from the Cowboy 25-yard line. Down by 13. They're getting shut out. This time to Barr. The reverse, though. Sullivan spins away from one. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and there he's brought down by David Gott, but Sean Struhl had him.
He did. He had him for a big loss, but Sullivan is so elusive and so slippery. He made a real tough situation, and he made it into a positive. Got back up the line of scrimmage.
And he hit that little spin move. We talked about it during the SCV Sports Show. A lot of flag football teams, you get a lot of good practice playing flag football when you're a youngster, get an idea of spinning away from the defenders, and that time Sullivan able to use it. Unfortunately, Sullivan got no gain on that. 3rd down and 5, split backfield behind Titteriga. Fake to Sullivan, rolling to his right, trying to get the ball into Nick Theodore, his big tight end. The first time we've had a chance to look at big 6'3", 210-pound Nick Theodore, but that ball really floated from Vince.
Well, he did. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, I'd like to have Vince set his feet instead of throwing on the run. He's plenty good enough athlete to complete that pass. Set his feet, complete the pass.
Cam Robinson into punt.
But the offensive line and running backs gave him plenty of time that time. We have to credit the offensive line. Nice job up there, young man.
DeMar Caballero and Mike McCoy are back for the Bulldogs. Good snap this time. Nice kick. Fair catch by McCoy, and it's going to get a bounce, and he's going to pick it up. Now, wait a second.
No,
he can't
do that. No,
he cannot do that, and the flag comes down.
No, that'll be a delay of game. He cannot do that. If he's going to signal for a fair catch, he must make that fair catch or remove himself from the play. He cannot block. He cannot advance the ball.
Our officials for tonight's game, referee Fred Turner indicating that delay of game. Our umpire Jack Hyatt. Head linesman is Mark Milsom. Line judge is Tom West, and the back judge, Don Milligan. An experienced crew. They like working up here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Well, why not? You know, you have the good crowds, you got this positive family atmosphere, and you see good football. So this is almost like training for the playoffs. And both of these teams were in the playoffs last year. This could be a Division III playoff game.
Highland coming into this game 1-2. Well, now this is interesting. Now let's back up here. Let's reset the stage here, because they're going to mark off that delay of game against the Bulldogs 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage. That is going to give the Cowboys a first down back at the 30-yard line.
Yes, it did, because possession had not taken place yet when the change of possession had not taken place yet when the infraction took place. Therefore, the Cowboys get the 5 yards, and it was 4th and 4. Give us a first down.
And we talked about this experienced officiating crew led by referee Fred Turner, and they got together and they came up with that exact conclusion. So the Cowboys get a break, their first of this game. 8:45 to play in the third quarter, being shut out. The give up the middle is to McNeil. He pulls over one, cuts back inside. He's across the 50 to the 47-yard line of the Bulldogs, a 23-yard run.
Boy, that's just what the Cowboys needed. They needed a break. They got a little break on the bonehead play by Highland, and then McNeil, a little energized right now, had a big run as he did in the first quarter. His first or second carry looked very, very similar to that, didn't it?
His first carry of the game, 17 yards. This 13th carry of the game, 23. McNeil now is 54 yards on the game. It's the best run, the best offensive play of the night for the Cowboys. Tederiga sends Chris Wilkie to the far side. That single T offense. Single wing T, the give up the middle to McNeil again, and McNeil is going to drag Caballero, and also in on that tackle, David Gott. But depending on the spot, it's very close to another first down for the Cowboys.
Well, you know, that's real good football. We have Mike Quisenberry once again leading the way, running at the left side guard, and halfback leading up, and this is just real tough, good football, getting off the ball, going forward. And Colin McNeil does that so well.
Well, the officials are going to bring it across the field and measure, give us an opportunity to talk about next Wednesday night, the debut, the year 2000 debut of girls volleyball here on SCV Sports TV, as we've got Valencia against Canyon. We will be right back here at Canyon High School, but this time we'll be inside the gym. Valencia and Canyon girls volleyball next Wednesday night, 7:30, following the SCV Sports Show, and a first down has been given to Colin McNeil on that 10-yard run. That's a terrific play.
Yes, it was. Real big play. Two big plays in a row by Colin.
And again, the Cowboys getting that nice gift, and are hopefully going to be, are they going to be able to take advantage of it?
Well,
That's going to be
so far they've done just what they should have done, haven't they? They've taken the ball and they've gone forward, moving the ball down the field, and two big plays in a row by Colin McNeil.
Clock is running. 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. The give this time is to Barr. Barr finds a little bit of room, and those two times of going to Colin McNeil the last couple of times drew some of the linebackers away from Mark Barr. Not Greg Root, but Barr able to gain 4 yards.
Yes, and it appears that the Cowboys are wearing down the Highland Bulldogs. That the Cowboys do not look tired, even though they're behind by 13. They look fresh, they look energized, their attitude looks really positive, and it's the Bulldogs that seem to be hanging a little bit right now.
Get him, Hawkman! Go get him!
Second down and 6. Wilkie going to the far side in the slot. There goes McNeil up the middle again, just protecting that ball. McNeil should have another first down for the Cowboys as he's down to the 27-yard line. 7 more yards for Colin McNeil.
Yes, and interestingly enough, we're going again to Mike Quisenberry's side. Also, what they did is they took number 8, Nick Theodore, at the tight end, and they moved him to the halfback position. And what they've done is they lead him through in front of McNeil, and he just helps open the hole right there with Quisenberry.
First down is given. Ball on the 26-yard line. The give again is to McNeil. McNeil's got a lot of room, puts those shoulders square. He's down to the 15-yard line, and he should have enough for another first down, a gain of 11 yards.
Again, running to the short side, lots and lots of power. And what they're doing is they're getting 2 and 3 double teams on the short side and handing the ball off to a terrific power back in Colin McNeil.
81 yards now for McNeil.
Real effective offense right here. This is good, coming at you.
Good ball control, and if the Cowboys can punch it in, we're going to be right in the midst of a football game here at Canyon High School. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 15. Again to McNeil. If it ain't broke, right? McNeil is going to plunge his way inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on that play, and McNeil is really showing it off.
Well, he is looking really good, David, but what I thought that was Colin's best run of the night, and I'll tell you why. The hole was clogged where he expected it to be. It was not open in front of him. It was not open outside as it had been, and still keeping his shoulders forward, he moved and slid to his right and accelerated. That was a real good run. He made something out of a play that didn't quite have the potential until Colin McNeil made something out of it.
On this drive alone, Colin McNeil has accounted for 57 yards on the ground. 2nd down, 3. Ball is on the 8-yard line. Again, McNeil. McNeil's inside the 5. He's going to have a first down, and they're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal for the Cowboys.
You know, they've had Jeremy Brandt at tight end on the weak side next to Mike Quisenberry. He's been doing such a terrific job blocking. And then we had Theodore, moved him to halfback. He's been doing a really just a terrific job, and there's no deception here. Also, we have number 18, and he's been doing a real good job here. And I'm sorry, I don't know who number 18 is.
We don't have number 18. We really apologize. McNeil is given the ball. McNeil is not going to go anywhere. He's going to be held short of the goal line. But the Cowboys have got 4 opportunities here, Harry, to punch it in from a yard, and I would imagine that it's going to be Colin McNeil 4 times.
Well, you know, I have to tell you, I have my Shakespeare class. In my Shakespeare class, we got Jeremy Brandt, and we have Quisenberry, and my Bible is lit. We've got Colin's girlfriend. So between the 3, that's where they're going. They're going to the strength of my English classes. So it's looking good.
Is that the scouting report?
It's the inside scoop.
And there goes Colin McNeil, scores for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys with 4:17 to play in the 3rd quarter finally get on the board 13-6.
Well, there's some good, tough Cowboy football right then. Once again, Jeremy Brandt doing a terrific job. Mike Quisenberry, really, really good. That's a great series, young men.
McNeil, 19 carries, 96 yards so far. Cam Robinson in to try the extra point out of the hold from Chris Wilkie. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is good. That's an important extra point. The Cowboys pull to within 6, 13-7 on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week. Back to receive this Cam Robinson kick. Mike McCoy and DeMar Caballero. The kick is up and a spinner. Actually, it's going to be Mejia. No, it's going to be McCoy. McCoy from the 4-yard line up the middle behind the wedge and losing his shoe, but getting in on that tackle, Leo Yepes, who makes that play, a terrific play. And anytime you can lose a piece of equipment when you're in on the tackle, that's a good time.
Leo Yepes, what an excited young Cowboy, huh? Was he happy to be out there and make a hit? Look, great.
That's what football's all about, especially here at high school football. You get an opportunity to make a hit, right?
Absolutely.
Well, this will be an important series here defensively for the Cowboys and, of course, offensively for the Bulldogs, as with 4:10 to play in the 3rd quarter. Can the Bulldogs come back? They've got 2 wideouts to the near side. The give is to Mejia. Mejia's been all offense. Mejia is going to be chased down by Jeremy Brandt and driven out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A nice run, 24 yards by Mejia. And boy, Mejia is so tough to stop.
He is tough. He's a very good high school running back. And once again, a nice saving downfield tackle by Jeremy Brandt. Jeremy, you know, played that whole last series, making the key blocks. He was playing tight end on the weak side for the Cowboys. Now he's out there at DB.
And, you know, we should point out real quick, number 18, Robert Leinbach, wearing number 18 in the home jersey, and Robert Leinbach in most of that series for the Cowboys.
Yes,
in that offensive series. The give is to Mejia again, but here comes nice play by Josh Vaughn, 5'11 senior, who's able to throw Mejia for a loss, the first time that Mejia has been on a loss.
Yeah, Josh, as well, I mentioned earlier, is quick, he's tough, he loves playing football out there. Another good inside backer by the Cowboys. So when you have Colin McNeil and Josh Vaughn side by side, you got two tough kids that are never going to say die.
And Mejia on that last run of 24 yards eclipses the century mark, now 102 yards after that 1-yard loss. 2nd down and 11. The two wideouts to this side, McCoy in motion. The give is to Mejia up the middle. Mejia is going to cross the 45 to the 47-yard line. In on the stop is another one of those mystery players here, Harry. Unfortunately, 53. Anthony Coca, we're finding out. This is what it's all about. Anthony Coca.
Well, Anthony did a nice job, but at the bottom of the pile was a familiar face, number 42, Colin McNeil.
3rd down and 6. The give is to Mejia. Mejia runs into one of his own players, Frederico, slows him down, making the stop on the Cowboys. Nick Theodore, number 8, but he's going to be short of the first down as he gets to the Cowboy 49-yard line.
Well, that was a very important tackle, because now it's 4th and 1.5, and puts the Bulldogs in a real awkward situation. Are they going to go for the punt? Well, it appears that they are. Of course, earlier in the first half, they went for the punt, and I don't know what they were trying to do, but they didn't execute that. That was a real important stop. Now the Cowboys get the ball. The momentum is definitely sitting on the Cowboys side. That was a very big stop there, Nick.
4th down, a long yard, and the Bulldogs are going to punt, although they've got two wideouts now on the far side, but Duarte gets the ball and now whistles. And let's see what this is all about. Back is Ryan Sullivan to receive it, and it's going to be illegal procedure against the Bulldogs, so 5 yards back, and that's actually an important play. If it had been the other side of it, a 1st down, that might have been a difficult one to overcome.
It was, and it seems in the second half the Bulldogs are shooting themselves in the foot now, aren't they? Because they had the illegal fair catch that just killed their possession and gave the Cowboys the ball, and the Cowboys got the ball, went down and scored, and now 4th and 1.5, maybe they could have gone for it. In this situation, no chance.
Now it's 4th and 6.5, and Duarte gets a high snap, but takes it in, and the kick is away, and this time going back, signaling fair catch is Chris Wilkie, and Wilkie makes that catch at the 22-yard line. So with the Cowboys, 1:38 to play in the 3rd quarter, only down by 6. The momentum is squarely on the Cowboys' shoulders. They've got another opportunity.
They have an opportunity. They feel fresh. To me, it looks like the Bulldogs are looking a little tired, a little sluggish. The Cowboys definitely have the energy right now. They look like, boy, get us the ball. We want to move the ball. Defense is playing well and has been playing well. The Cowboys are in the driver's seat right now.
And you talked about it during our pregame, Harry, that with the Cowboys coming into this game 2-1, they win this game, puts them 3-1 on the season. Of course, it's pre-league, but that's going to give them an awful lot of confidence entering league in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
The give goes to Mark Barr. Barr still driving those feet. They're going to give him to about the 25-yard line. And they're going to give, that's going to be 3 yards for Mark Barr. But Barr, that little guy getting through the middle and getting up with those big guys and driving those legs.
Driving those legs all the time. In fact, he was just a half a count from breaking that into the secondary.
Barr's had a tough night so far, 16 yards on 11 carries, but he's starting to break out of that slump where he had 6 carries in a row that netted him nothing. Inside of a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down 7 from the 25-yard line. I formation behind Titteriga. The give is to Barr. Barr is across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. But it is going to bring up 3rd and 5. Give him 3 on that play. 3rd down and 4, and with less than 10 seconds to go, it looks like the Cowboys aren't going to be interested in getting another play off before this quarter is going to end. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. 13-7, the Bulldogs just cling to that lead here on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week. We've got 12 more minutes of high school football to go right after this.
Gary, you know, we're very proud of the Signal's role in this community. So I'd like to share with you what some local folks have to say about your hometown newspaper.
Well, you know, I enjoy Will Fleet's editorials, and I enjoy Tim White's editorials. I enjoy
Cowboys from their own 28-yard line. The give to the first man through. No, it's Barr. Barr lunging. The effort may have given him the first down. And they got it. That's a nice big play there for Mark Barr, struggling through. And those big guys, again, we talked about it a minute ago. There's some big guys, huge physical team for the Bulldogs. And Mark Barr, a little guy, 5'8", 160 pounds.
Little guy, but he's following some good guys up front, some real fine football players up front for the Cowboys. And what they're doing, play after play. Well, first we got Hunter Phillips over the ball, but again and again, they're running towards Mike Quisenberry, okay, again and again, and Jeremy Brandt on the weak side.
Colin McNeil drops the ball, and it's going to be picked up by the Bulldogs. Oh, that could be a back cruncher for the Cowboys as the turnover gives the Bulldogs the ball at the 36.
Well, you don't see that very often because he is not a fumbler. So whether it be in the exchange or the football being a little wet or his jersey being a little wet, this is a tough kid. He is not a fumbler. So that's a real aberration there.
The 4th turnover by the Cowboys tonight, and that gives the Bulldogs, who've already got that 6-point lead, they haven't scored since the 1st quarter. They've got the opportunity here with the ball on the Cowboy 36-yard line. Wyarty going back to pass. This hasn't worked yet, and they're going to throw a flag. The ball was intended for Ramsden Union, big 6'6", 251-pound tight end, but the flag came in from the back judge.
Boy, Cowboys, don't touch them. They're not going to catch the ball. Don't.
And pass interference against the Cowboys. Well, Wyarty has tried 4 passes, not including that last one, and has yet to complete one. But that pass interference is going to be marked off against the Cowboys, and it's going to give the Bulldogs an automatic first down with the ball going to be placed down at going to go down to about the 21-yard line.
It's a 15. It's not a holding, which would be 10 yards. It's 15 yards in high school football.
Mejia is the lone back behind second-string quarterback Wyarty. In motion is Caballero. Caballero's got the ball. He's got a lot of speed. Cuts inside. He's going to be inside the 20-yard line.
And once again, we got a couple workhorses there tonight. Jeremy Brandt and Colin McNeil. It seems like they are everywhere on offense and defense. And so close. Andy Reese almost made the play, too, just before he turned the corner. But boy, between Andy Reese, Josh Vaughn, Colin McNeil, Jeremy Brandt, there's some tough, tired Cowboys out there.
2nd down, 6. Ball is on the ground, but falling on that ball is Wyarty, and still struggling for it, fighting with, I think it's Andy Reese down there as well.
Actually, Jeremy Brandt again.
Jeremy Brandt, excuse me. Wyarty, though, Johnny on the spot.
Right there, right there. It doesn't seem like either team really wants to have their offense make a go of it right now.
That's going to move the ball back to the 25-yard line of the Cowboys. 3rd down, 14 for the Bulldogs, and they've got the power eye in 3rd and 14. The toss to McCoy. McCoy is going to have McNeil falling behind him. And also in on that play, turning it in nicely, though,
Nick Hogan. Nick
yes.
Hogan came up real well out of the secondary, came in, turned the play in, and assisted on the tackle. And Colin McNeil also is right there on the tackle, as always. Now, they've got a great kicker here. You would think that they would try.
And they're going to try.
You would think they would try a field goal, wouldn't you, David?
Well, here comes Jose Duarte. He has tried twice this season from 55 yards and has yet to make it. This is a 40-yarder, and it's blocked. The ball goes back to the Bulldog 50-yard line, falling on it at around the 32-yard line, and it's going to be Cowboy football. I hope, Harry, that you got the number of the young man that blocked that ball, because what a huge play. Ryan Sullivan.
I thought it was Ryan Sullivan. I thought Ryan came in there, and in fact, you know, he squared up on the ball. He didn't turn at all. He came right in, squared up to the ball. It was a terrific effort. In fact, that's one of the bigger offensive plays of the night. That's got to be 40, 50 yards right there.
That ball was set down at the Cowboy 30-yard line to be kicked. The ball is blocked, and in the air it sailed past the 50, rolled down to the Bulldog 33-yard line, 37 yards away from where the ball was placed down. What a huge play.
What a turnaround. I mean, we have the Bulldogs going up by 8 points as opposed to by 9 points.
The toss is to Barr, and Barr is fighting and spinning and struggling, gets himself down to the 30-yard line, 3 yards for Barr, and the Cowboys are playing inspired now. It's like the horse to the barn. They're getting close to that goal line and to the lead.
Oh, they can feel it. They can feel it. They know it's right there. It's coming. Oh, what a big play by Barr. What a terrific play. So he, tough, picking up 3 yards on first down, and then Sullivan making the big play.
Second down 7, 8.5 minutes to play in this ball game. Give us to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to get ridden down. As soon as he got that ball, Sullivan was hit, and making that play is Trevor Foley, number 58. Foley able just to ride him down as soon as he got that ball. No gain on the play. Third down. Nose of the ball at about the 30-yard line. Call it a long 7 for the Cowboys. A big play here. Inside of 8 minutes to play in the game. McNeil right behind Tidoriga. The toss, though, is going to go to Barr. Barr is going to get tripped up in the backfield by Greg Root.
Boy, he's all over the field. All over the field.
No gain for Barr. Fourth down. Now, if you look at it, the ball would be down if you're going to try a field goal back at the 37-yard line. That would be a 47-yard field goal, and that's within the leg of Cam Robinson.
But they'd have to get 2 field goals to be able to tie the game, where 1 touchdown puts them ahead. I think this is the right call here for sure. I think going forward here, the coach is making the right decision here.
Fourth down, 7 from the 30-yard line. They've got to get across the 23. Tidoriga rolls out. The pass, looking for Theodore, and it's in and out of his hands. Incomplete.
It was right there. He set his feet. He squared up. He stopped his momentum to the sideline. Passed the ball on the money.
And he had big Mike Quisenberry, 63, out in front of him as protection, so he had the time.
You know, it's difficult to isolate on those offensive linemen, but I've been watching Mike all night long. He's had a great game, and he's made some big plays on defense, too.
Turnover on downs. 6:55 to play in the ball game. The Bulldogs clinging to that 13-7 lead. That big blocked field goal. The Tide not able to be turned by the Cowboys. They gave us to McCoy. McCoy is going to cross the 35 and is going to be down at the 37-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on the play for Mike McCoy.
You know, what this defense has to do right now, they have played so well. And the coaching staff has had them so prepared tonight, and they've been making big plays. And Coach Amorosi, who's in charge of the defense, has had them so ready tonight. They have to make a stop. And it's hard to make a right now after that 4th down.
Right up the middle.
There you go, big throw.
The ball is on the ground again. Cowboys on the sidelines think they've got it. But as they unpile, coming up with the ball.
24 and 52 were the two there. 52 came up with the ball. 24 also was on top of it.
Arturo Dominguez, and it's hard to miss Arturo Dominguez, 6'6", 290 pounds.
No, you don't miss him too often. He almost burst the football when he pounced on it.
The net effect, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and the officials temporarily stop the clock. There's too many Bulldogs on the sidelines, and they can't get the chain set. So they get the Bulldogs off the sidelines. They've got the chain set. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Clock is running inside of 6 minutes to go now in this game. Power I, the give is to Mike McCoy. McCoy's across the 50, and he's going to be down at about the 46-yard line. Out of bounds there, a pickup of 7 on the play.
Once again, this Cowboy defense is very, very good, but after that drive, they had the big play before on the blocked field goal, and they thought the offense was going to put it in for them. It's more an emotional adjustment that they have to make right now than any coaching adjustment.
2nd down and 3 from the Cowboy 46-yard line. The pitch to Caballero. Caballero's trying to get around. He does get around the end, and finally he's going to be dragged out of bounds by Ryan Sullivan. Initially, he got around the corner and showed that great speed that we've been hearing about Caballero, as he was able to get around Robert Hendricks.
Well, he did get around Robert, but Ryan Sullivan did make the big play out of bounds, but unfortunately the chains are moving forward for the Bulldogs.
9 yards by Caballero. The chains are moving forward, and they will wind it up. Actually, he did go out of bounds. 5:38 to play. This is Mejia, and Mejia gets a wall. Anthony Coca, number 53, pulls him back, keeps him at the 35-yard line. Actually, looks like they're going to place him just outside the 34.
An interesting set for the Bulldogs. They went double tight end and power I, and we haven't seen much of that from them tonight. So another little wrinkle for them, but it didn't fool the Cowboys at all. In fact, the Cowboys like playing that kind of football. Here we see it again.
Give is this time to Mike McCoy, bursting outside, getting around the end, dragging him down is Ryan Sullivan. Not able to get away from Sullivan, stays in bounds, and that's important to note for McCoy as the clock is running. 5:12 to play in the game, and it's continuing to go. 3rd down and 4.
Boy, Sullivan and Brandt are all over the field. That's some real tough Cowboys out there that like playing football. You know, all the years that I coached here, it seems like they're always good, tough athletes, and they're here. They're still here at Canyon High School.
McCoy now 7 carries, 29 yards. Flags are going to be down as they're going to end up having too many men on the field. Mike Quisenberry was substituted, and they tried to get him off the field, but the quick count by the Bulldogs, and Quisenberry was still probably another 5-10 yards off the field before he could, or still on the field before he could get off the field. So those 5 yards is going to give the
Cowboys need to just slow down, gather themselves. There's nothing that Highland is doing that's surprising them. They just have to get together. They're okay. They're not. Highland's doing nothing that they haven't seen and they can't stop. It's more of a mental or an emotional. Well, I think this is a real good call. I really do. This is smart. This is a timeout by Canyon right now. Not just because they're close, but this defense isn't looking like it did look all during the 3rd quarter and the first half of the 4th quarter. It's a different defense, and it's just as the air came out of the balloon a little bit when they didn't convert after the blocked field goal. They get it together here. They can stop the Bulldogs, and they can move the ball down. We're still in the ball game here.
4:48 to play in the game. Only down by 6, and the Bulldogs have the ball on the Cowboy 25-yard line. Stop them here. They'll have to march down the length of the field, but they did that in the third quarter when they were able to get their touchdown.
Yes, absolutely. Now, who knows? Highland may, may want to run the ball out, so they'll drop back and pass. Yeah, figure that one out.
Yeah, well, it's not going to work. Every Wednesday night here on SCV Sports TV, the SCV Sports Show, we bring youth sports from around Santa Clarita into Primo Pizza and give them their 15 minutes. It's a fun, exciting time. Check us out every Wednesday night, 6:30, Primo Pizza's SCV Sports Show. First down, and Mike McCoy drops the ball. Picking it up is Ryan Sullivan. He is not going to get caught. Ryan Sullivan is going to go 71 yards for the touchdown.
Great play, Ryan. Great heads-up play. Great heads-up play.
And Mike McCoy may have severely injured himself, and that's what caused the fumble. But Ryan Sullivan picks it up and knows what to do with it.
McCoy just put the ball on the ground. Nobody touched him. He just put the ball on the ground, and Ryan Sullivan, being the alert young man that he is, picked it up and sprinted into the end zone. What a great play.
And that ties this ball game. Mike McCoy being carried off the field. They were looking at his left knee, and he is not putting any weight on that whatsoever. But the Cowboys still celebrating with Ryan Sullivan's incredible 71-yard fumble return for a touchdown that has tied up the game. Now, the interesting note, though, to this, Harry, is that there was excessive celebration after the touchdown, so an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against the Cowboys is going to move the point after now back 15 yards.
Absolutely, back to the 18-yard line. Ball will probably be kicked from the 25, so we got a 35-yard extra point attempt. But I think Cam Robinson can drill this, so I think my man Cam is going to come through.
Well, we touched on it at the beginning of the game, Harry, about how we have two great kickers on the field tonight, and the game looks like it's going to come down to one of those kickers. Can he make this extra point? The game is tied at 13. The good snap. The hold is good. He's got the distance, and it's no good. He pulled it to the left. So with 4:34 to play, we're at a tie ball game, 13 apiece.
Wow. What a turnaround. What an incredible turnaround. So out of the jaws of defeat, Cowboys are right back in the ball game. Literally, it's a brand new ball game.
Fire up, Cowboys! Fire up,
Cam Robinson set to kick off. Back is McCoy and Caballero. 4:34 to play in this game. It's all tied up now. The kickoff going towards Caballero, and it's going to reach the corner, and it's going to be a touchback, and so the ball is going to come out to the 20-yard line. And a flag has come down, as it looks like one of the Bulldogs went after Cam Robinson and gave him an extra hit, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs.
Boy, it's really a foolish penalty. That's they're right there in the ball game. There's no reason to go after the kicker like that. That's just undisciplined play.
Well, that's going to go half the distance back. They're going to put the ball down at the 10-yard line. So the Bulldogs will start from there. There's plenty of time for both teams at this point.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the Cowboys get a stop here, and they're right there back in there.
Kogel and Caballero come to the near side. Now splitting out to the far side is McCoy. Caballero in motion. Out of the shotgun is Wyardi looking to throw. He flips it, trying to get it to Union, but he overthrows it. But a flag comes down as Wyardi was rolling to his right. and an illegal shift called against the Bulldogs.
Boy, the Bulldogs, from there, when they get in the any type of a passing formation, they have not helped themselves. It's just the best thing they've done is go forward.
That illegal shift is going to be declined, which is a smart play, I think.
Well, I think it is because we want the advance of the down. Cowboys need the ball.
2nd down and 10. The clock is stopped. Now again, out of the shotgun is Wyardi. Why they're doing it, they have yet to complete a pass. And here we are, 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Going deep across the field, incomplete, trying to get the ball to Marcus Demps, getting his first action of this game, but another flag came down in the backfield for the Bulldogs. An illegal procedure against the Bulldogs, and all of this is playing very nicely into the hands of the Cowboys as the clock continues. Every play is stopped, and the Bulldogs are going backwards.
Oh, everything's going well for the Cowboys right now. The Highland offense, I don't understand it.
Well, the Cowboys will decline the penalty, making it 3rd down and 10. Wyardi 0 for 6. And looking to continue to throw, and Wyardi again is going to line up in the shotgun. 3 wideouts to this side. Union is confused. He doesn't know where to go. Now he's going to split out to the far side. Wyardi gets the ball, and he's looking like he wants to run. That ball may be loose.
First down by the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys recover the ball. You know, you and I are shaking our heads, and I know that your question is, what are you calling when you're talking about the Highland Bulldogs? Why call that play? It results in a turnover. Cowboys have the ball.
Dave, I don't understand it. I didn't understand it in the first half. I've never seen an offense quite like this, and it's kind of sad.
Andy Reese comes up with the loose ball. And so the Cowboys are going to get the ball on the Bulldog 2-yard line. 1st and goal with the score tied at 13. What an incredible turnaround by the Canyon Cowboys.
Cowboys need another player. Yes, we need young Mr. Sullivan needs to be on the field.
And the Cowboys are going to have to burn a timeout. 4:11 to play. All tied up at 13. But hold on, those Cowboys are knocking on the door.
Oh, they are. They are. They've had the opportunity. Now they're going to take advantage of it.
Well, let's waste no more time. 1st and goal for the Cowboys. Ball is placed at the Bulldog 2-yard line. They got 4 shots to try to knock it in. Power eye behind Vince Titteriga. The give is to Colin McNeil. McNeil is going to pull his way in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Great run. No one even wanted a part of Colin McNeil. Terrific job.
2nd touchdown of the night by Colin McNeil, and that gives the Cowboys the lead for the first time tonight, 19-13, with 4:08 to play in the ball game. Cam Robinson to try the extra point now. Out of the hold of Chris Wilkie. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. 20-13. The Cowboys have taken the lead now on Frontier Toyota's Game of the Week. Cam Robinson set the kick off now for the Cowboys. Back to receive the kick, Caballero and McCoy. The kick, and Robinson's got his leg into it this time, and that's going to go into the end zone. Touchback, automatic touchback, so the ball is going to come out to the 20-yard line, and we mentioned about momentum and how it was squarely on the Cowboys' shoulders. And after that kick, after McCoy goes down with that knee injury and the fumble, and it's returned all the way by Ryan Sullivan, 71 yards. Wow.
No, the air is out of the balloon completely, out of the Highland Bulldogs, and the Cowboys are feeling good again. They made the big stop on that block of the field goal attempt, just turned the whole game around.
Wyardi under center. Sends DeStory in motion, and up the middle goes Mejia. Mejia is going to be taken down. Brandon Trevelyan.
Yes, Brandon secured that tackle, did a nice job right there.
5 yards for Mejia, who for the night has got 116 yards. Remember, 50 of those came on one burst right up the middle for a touchdown back in the first quarter. Second down 5. Clock is rolling. 3:35 to play in the ball game. Going in motion is Caballero. The fake to him and the give up the middle to Mejia. Mejia is going to cross the 30-yard line to the 31, and he'll have enough for a first down.
And Colin McNeil just tripped him up. Had Colin not made that trip, Mejia is running for a while.
Colin McNeil is living up to the billing that was given not only preseason because he was ranked by the Los Angeles Times as the #2 linebacker in the region, but also by ourselves tonight, and he has certainly lived up to that hype.
Well, there are 3 real good inside backers.
Waiardi's just going to throw that ball away, getting pressure from John Sandin, and also coming in one of your favorites, Josh Vaughn.
Absolutely. Good pressure again, and Highland has just had a nightmare of a night. Can you tell us, Dave, how many passes have the Highland?
7 pass attempts yet for completion, not one.
Not one. They keep trying, though.
They do keep trying, and with second down and 10, now 3:07 to play in the ball game, they will probably continue to try. This time, Waiardi is in the shotgun. The give, though, is going to be to Mejia. Oh, and a terrific play by Brandon Trevelyan, who was able to turn Mejia back and put him down on the ground at the 26-yard line, a loss of 5 on the play.
John Sandin was right there. Brandon Trevelyan was right there. Really good play by the Cowboys.
Third down, 15 to go. Ball is back at the 26-yard line. Obvious passing situation, and for the Bulldogs, they're hoping to maybe complete their first pass. Rolling to his left. The throw is going to be incomplete. Throwing into double coverage was Waiardi. There's Colin McNeil, and they're going to throw a flag, and I think they're going to call excessive celebration again, and McNeil cannot believe it.
It could be taunting or something. There were a couple people on top of the boy who was down, but we'll see. Let's let the officials call this.
Ramsey Union was the intended receiver. It's going to be 15 yards now. It's going to be interesting. It was third down and 15 from the 26. So they're going to have to take a look at just exactly where the nose of the ball is going to be once it's going to be ultimately placed down at the 41-yard line. Will the Bulldogs have a first down? And the officials are taking their time as they're going to look at this.
Well, it's going to put the ball up just across the 40-yard line, about the 41-yard line. So it'll be third and about 1.5.
Well, they needed to get to the 41 for the first down. They're going to place the ball down at the 41. But it looks like it's going to be about a half a yard short. And now actually what they're going to do, it looks like our officials are going to measure. And Jack Bowman is down there with his hands up on top of his head. He is feeling the pressure of this ball game right now.
Well, Jack's got his troops poised to steal one out of here. Boy, this is a good win for the Cowboys.
They have thrown another flag and sportsmanlike penalty. It's sportsmanlike conduct, and it's against head coach Jack Bowman, and Bowman has been kicked off the field.
Oh my God!
So Bowman is going off to the field, and Bowman is still jawing back and forth with Fred Turner, the referee. So as Bowman heads to the showers, the Bulldogs have now 2 consecutive unsportsmanlike penalties.
Boy, that's a rarity. You don't see the head coach being kicked out of the game. Whoa.
30 yards on 2 consecutive unsportsmanlike penalties have placed the ball at the 44. Waiardi looking to complete his first pass, and he does. The ball comes out. The ball is on the ground, and no one's going after it. And now they're saying that he was down the first completion of the night to Ramsey Union. And it's going to be 10 yards, and the Bulldogs are going to be close to another first down. And a first down is the call by Fred Turner. The first pass completion by Guayardi to that big tight end, Unin. And with 2:28 to go, now the clock is moving. Ball is down at the Cowboy 33. The Bulldogs down by 7. Guayardi going back 3 steps, throws to the flat and trying to get it to Mejia, but that is incomplete.
Boy, I mean, their passing attack, they had a gift at best. It was a very generous call by the officials to call that completion before a completion. But Dave, I want to get back. I don't recall. Jack Bowman is a pretty mellow guy. I've never heard of a high school coach being kicked out of a football game. This is a heck of a story.
This time Guayardi's pass again incomplete, trying again to get it to Mejia. You can see that Mejia, one of the best athletes on this Bulldog squad, and they're trying to get him the ball any way they can, but that one is incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
You got Ryan Sullivan right there and Colin McNeil. It's not fooling anyone. Once again, I don't understand. I mean, they run the ball so well when they're running the ball forward instead of sideways. I don't understand this offense.
Mejia coming to the near side, split wide out from the shotgun is Guayardi. Rolling to his left, flag is down. Guayardi's going to take it, and he's going to pay the price. Colin McNeil and Andy Reese give him a Cowboy sandwich.
That's very good. A Cowboy sandwich.
And those are painful.
And we got
an illegal shift against the Bulldogs, and so that's going to move them back 5 yards.
Boy, they get into that that pass offense, and it just they don't execute it well, and this probably should be declined.
Illegal shift, Fred Turner tells us, and they're going to take it.
They are going to take it. Well, maybe they want to see some more of that Bulldog passing attack.
That's going to get, hey, that gives an better opportunity to intercept the pass.
Absolutely.
Back to the 39-yard line. Repeat the downs. 3rd down, 15. Clock is running now. 2 minutes to play in this game. This has been the most action-packed last 4 minutes of a football game that we've done in an awfully long time.
Yeah, yes, it is. All kinds of interesting things happening here.
Guayardi out of the shotgun. Look out, he's getting some pressure, and he throws it into the ground. Wasn't even close.
I honestly, I don't know where he was throwing it, David. He had 2 receivers going down the sideline on fade routes and threw it in the middle of the field. I didn't see anyone there.
Israel Caballero was actually the closest one that I saw to the ball, and he's the center. And he was downfield. Then the Bulldogs actually dodged a bullet there because they could have been flagged for ineligible man downfield.
Absolutely, David. They were very fortunate then.
Well, they have to go for it now. 4th down, 15 from the Cowboy 39. This is going to be the biggest play right here. With 1:44 to go, the Cowboys stop them short of the 1st down. They'll get the ball back. In motion is Rico. Out of the shotgun is Guayardi. To his right, throwing downfield, and he gets hit as he throws it. And turnover on downs. The Cowboys have held them. No chance to stop the clock. No chance to send it off again. What a terrific ball game, and this one's over. The Cowboys pull it out. 20-13 victors over the Highland Bulldogs.
Well, fortune smiled on the Cowboys, and they were the better team. They should have won tonight.
Congratulations to the Cowboys. A share of the lead so far here in the Foothill League during the preseason. 3 wins against only 1 loss for the Cowboys. For Harry Welch and Scott Madrigal, our director, I'm Dave Caldwell. Thank you very much for watching SCV Sports TV. We'll see you again next time.